So here we have GMP's 1970 Plymouth GTX. This car is really a great model in the 1/18th scale, and I gotta say right off the bat that this has a lot of features. It doesn't just stop at, you know, opening doors and the hood like stuff like we're used to. This car goes all out. All the way from the windows that can be rolled up and down to the, fully functional suspension, all sorts of things. Now my Plymouth GTX is missing the badge right here, but you can still see the wonderful detail this whole front area has, all the way from the tiny little itty bitty Plymouth logo right up there to the great detail on the grille, all the way from the wires to the paint job. Everything is really well done on this model, and it really shows in this engine bay. On the side of the vehicle we can see the GTX logo here, as well as the great paint job with the stripes going down the side, as well as the indicators being on the side. They're actually not painted, those are little plastic pieces that have been inserted. If we open up the doors, we can see the wonderful detail this car has on the interior. I'll try to show that here, but we've got some nice carpeting inside, as well as the seats being very realistic. They can even move out of the way for the rear passengers. The steering wheel here has been painted and has some nice details as well, including the gauge cluster having this kind of faux wood trim. Some other places, like we can actually move the shifter. I can't really show you that here. As you can see over here, visor can be put down, and even the glove box can be opened, although I have not figured out quite how to do it on this model. On the rear of the vehicle, we'll see the tail lights, which have been nicely detailed, as well as the photo-etched Plymouth and GTX logos. One of the interesting things about this model, and I'll show you that here, is the the license plate can be moved down to reveal the gas cap. It's a little finicky, but we can just simply move it down, and as you can see in there, there's the gas cap. Opening up the trunk, though, we get a really nice view at the spare tire we have, with some very nice kind of plaid knitting kind of in there. Overall, this model's got some great detail in it. If we have a look at the underbody, this one here is number 335. We got the metal suspension, as you can see right here. Everything you would expect on, like the real car is here. The suspension is also a good detail with this model, as the rear uses actual real metal leaf springs. The front kind of uses a different form of suspension, obviously, but I've noticed it kind of gets a little more jammed up and doesn't work as well. And when the vehicle rolls, the drive shaft is actually supposed to rotate, making the model as a whole look a lot more realistic. Overall, I quite like this model. It's got a lot of great details and features, not to mention the awesome paint job this car has. And if you're as much as a Plymouth fan as I am, I think you won't be able to do better for yourself than this car right here.